As we move closer to May, are bracing for a seismic shift in Salem. One that will not only shatter relationships but also trigger legal and emotional fallout that could linger for months to come. At the heart of this storm, the devastating betrayal by Sarah Horton and Phillip Kyriakis, and the chain reaction that begins when Stephanie Johnson opens her mouth and tells Alex the whole truth. Let's start with the obvious. Sarah and Phillip know their time is running out. The truth is about to explode, and they can feel the walls closing in. For weeks, they've carried on behind Xander's back, deceiving him, betraying him, and working together in secret. Now, as the latest spoilers confirm, Episode 6 delivers the blow that shatters the illusion. Stephanie, burdened by the weight of what she knows, tells Alex everything. It's a moment that changes everything. A reckoning begins. The aftermath of Stephanie's confession is poised to shake up Salem's most powerful families. Alex, who has always walked the line between loyalty and recklessness, suddenly finds himself with an impossible decision to make. With the truth in hand, he's furious, and justifiably so. His instinct is to run straight to Xander and expose the affair, the schemes, and the lies. But spoilers suggest Stephanie may manage to hold him back. At least for now. Why wait? Timing is everything in Salem, especially when sweep season is just around the corner. With May sweeps less than a month away, fans know exactly what that means. Explosive drama, tearful breakups, surprise pregnancies, gunshots in the town square, courtroom showdowns, and long-lost twins emerging from the shadows. Holding the truth just a little longer could be the key to making this betrayal hit even harder when it finally goes public. The fallout. Xander Unleashed. We already know Xander Cook is no stranger to betrayal or to lashing out when he's hurt. But the idea that his own wife and his own brother have schemed behind his back? That's a level of treachery even he might not recover from. According to early May spoilers, Xander is livid when he learns the truth. There's no room for compromise. He confronts Sarah, his heart shattered, his trust obliterated. And in classic Xander fashion, he doesn't waste time agonizing over it, he ends things. It's a crushing moment for Sarah, but it's even more devastating for Phillip, who quickly realizes the full cost of what he's done. Not only has he betrayed Xander's trust, he's also jeopardized his own freedom. With Xander stepping back in to take full control of Titan, Phillip's past sins come roaring to the surface. Every deal, every forged signature, every whispered lie. We're talking civil charges, potential criminal charges, and maybe even a courtroom showdown that could lead to real prison time. And just like that, Phillip Kyriakis exits Salem. A coward's exit or a strategic retreat? It's tempting to view Phillip's departure as a coward's escape, but that would be underestimating him. Yes, he leaves in disgrace, his head down, his reputation in tatters. But Phillip's always had a knack for self-preservation. What if this exit is less about shame and more about buying time? The latest spoilers tease a twist, a turn in the road that nobody sees coming. While it seems like Phillip is finished, Days fans know better. This isn't the end of his story, it's a pivot. A detour. A strategic retreat before the second act of a far more dramatic comeback. Because this fall, Phillip returns. Redemption or revenge? What brings Phillip back? That's the question everyone will be asking. Will he come seeking forgiveness? Will he beg Xander for a second chance, not just as a brother but as a business partner? Or will he come back with more secrets, ready to manipulate his way back into Salem's good graces while nursing a quiet vendetta against the people who turned on him? Let's not forget. Phillip's betrayal began before he truly knew Xander. That detail matters. In the twisted logic of Salem morality, it could be the thing that opens the door to redemption, at least in the eyes of some. But don't expect Xander to forgive and forget. This is personal. This is blood. And when brothers go to war, the consequences are explosive. Sarah's next chapter, and what of Sarah? She's no innocent in all this. Her choices, her betrayal, will have long-lasting consequences. She may have believed she was protecting something. Herself? Phillip? A vision of a future that never really existed? But whatever her motives, the cost is steep. With Xander gone, Phillip disgraced, and Alex keeping dangerous secrets, Sarah may find herself completely isolated. The people she relied on, manipulated even, are gone or furious. In a town like Salem, that kind of loneliness is dangerous. It breeds desperation. And desperation can lead to anything. Could Sarah be pregnant? Could she end up in a courtroom herself? Could she be the next target of a mysterious attack meant for Phillip? The possibilities are endless, and with May sweeps just around the corner, the writers have plenty of opportunity to twist the knife. A storm is coming. If there's one thing Days of Our Lives has always done well, it's long-burning, emotionally charged story arcs that erupt just when you think the dust has settled. This isn't just a one-and-done betrayal. It's the beginning of a storm, one that will ripple through every relationship, every alliance, every family legacy in Salem. Titan Industries is in flux. Xander is rebuilding from the ground up. Phillip is in exile, plotting his next move. Sarah is walking a tightrope. Alex and Stephanie are holding dangerous secrets. And in the distance, the thunder of May sweeps is getting louder. Next, the turning point happens at Horton Square, a familiar backdrop for whispered secrets and public confrontations. It's here that Xander finds himself unintentionally eavesdropping on a conversation that sets off a domino effect of betrayal. Stephanie and Phillip Kyriakis are having what seems to be an intense conversation, and it doesn't take long before Xander realizes that something is terribly wrong. What he hears is enough to send any man into a tailspin. Phillip is cornering Stephanie about a serious secret, pressing her to stay silent. He's panicked, calculating, and entirely self-serving. Stephanie, increasingly irritated, finally agrees to keep the truth from Alex, her boyfriend. For now, the agreement will keep this secret from Alex. But that's the part Xander hears, and with no context, it paints a damning picture. Xander jumps to conclusions, and Phillip takes the heat from Xander's perspective. It seems clear. Phillip and Stephanie are having an affair behind Alex's back. With no inkling of the real truth, Xander is filled with a mixture of righteous anger and protective fury. After all, Alex is family, and Xander knows all too well what betrayal feels like. The real secret. Phillip stole Titan from Alex and Xander backed into a corner. Phillip finally blurts out a partial truth to deflect from the cheating accusation. I'm not sleeping with Stephanie. We're hiding another big secret. And what might that be? Try this on for size. Phillip's been playing a long con behind the scenes, and he's now in possession of a massive chunk of Titan. That's right. Phillip betrayed not just Alex, but also Xander, by manipulating his way into stealing half of the family company right out from under them. Suddenly, the drama isn't just romantic. It's financial, personal, and legacy-threatening. A dangerous confrontation. Xander snaps. Xander is not a man known for keeping his emotions in check, especially when it comes to betrayal. Already reeling from the assumption that his cousin and his half-brother are having an affair, now he learns his brother is a backstabbing corporate thief? That's too much for any man to bear. Fueled by anger, Xander grabs Phillip, physically confronting him and threatening him with everything from public humiliation to legal action and perhaps even more. At this point, Xander's fury knows no bounds. He's not just angry on Alex's behalf anymore, he's been personally violated, blindsided by someone he once called family. It's a brutal clash, and one that doesn't end well for Phillip. Sarah's desperate plea and Stephanie's moral compass. While this is going down at the Kyriakis mansion, another drama is brewing, one that further complicates Xander's emotional state. Sarah Horton Kyriakis, Lindsay Godfrey, Xander's wife, rushes to Stephanie in a frenzy. She's in full panic mode, realizing that the secret she's been helping Phillip keep may soon explode in all their faces. So she does the unthinkable. She asks Stephanie to throw herself under the bus. Yes, Sarah pleads with Stephanie to let Alex believe that she cheated on him. Why? Because Sarah and Phillip think it's the only way to protect themselves. Sarah, worried about Xander's reaction and terrified of losing everything, believes that if Alex is distracted by jealousy and heartbreak, maybe he won't dig too deeply into Phillip's corporate crimes. But Stephanie isn't having it. She's stunned that Sarah would even suggest such a thing. Let Alex, the man she loves, think she betrayed him? Just to cover for Phillip and Sarah's lies? It's out of the question. Stephanie draws a line in the sand, refusing to be dragged into their deceit any further. Friday fallout. The lies come crashing down as Friday's episode hits. The drama reaches a fever pitch. With Stephanie refusing to cover for them, Phillip and Sarah's options are dwindling. Phillip knows he's on borrowed time. Xander is furious. Alex is beginning to piece things together, and the truth is threatening to detonate. Unless Phillip can find a way to spin this, and fast, he's staring down the barrel of scandal, exile, or even jail. There's even talk of him fleeing Salem entirely, a desperate escape to avoid both legal and personal ruin. But could there still be one final twist? Days of Our Lives. What comes next for Phillip, Sarah, and Xander? Viewers can expect the fallout to ripple through Salem for weeks to come. The Kyriakis family may never be the same again. With Titan's future uncertain, loyalties shattered, and hearts broken. This storyline reminds us why Days of Our Lives remains one of television's most gripping soaps. Xander's rage, Phillip's betrayal, Sarah's desperate plea, and Stephanie's refusal to be manipulated. All of it weaves together into a storm that's ready to break. So buckle in, because this isn't over yet. For Salem, secrets never stay buried, and the truth always comes at a price.